for this program, because to keep up with the challenging times as well as the pandemic environment, they need more of a little, counseling sort of. So this is basically aimed at that, and these sessions will continue over a period of time. Just for the information. Yes, ma'am.
I'm audible now?
Yeah, very much, ma'am.
Okay, so today's topic is psychology of positive thinking. I greet everybody and thanks for being present here. We'll go ahead. It's a very simple psychology, and it's not a literal psychology, but it's synonymous with whatever we are thinking and whatever our scope of mind is, or what is our state of mind particularly. It's nothing to do with getting into nitty-gritties of anything very detailed. It's just a psych of positive thinking. So let's go ahead. See, the thing is, as we had very plainly said in the flyer also when the mailer was sent across, COVID has just become a reason behind people being more towards like negation, or otherwise they are pessimistic. Things keep doing the rounds, like something like it's totally negative. The environment is negative. Everything is going haywire. I do not know what to do. And it happens more of it with the children or kids of the tender age, where they are looking forward to a very bright future, and everything has come to just stand still. And this is not the only thing, like the children who are just on the onset of doing their 10th standard or bettering out with the 12th standard and going into graduation, or they are aspiring entrepreneurs. But it is also for everybody. Like it's for the individuals, they're the family, there's the society around us, they're the companies, everybody. Like, so what is the best thing? Like the first step, you have to have a mental state that you are a born leader. So it doesn't happen that leader is the chairman, he's the brand manager, or he's a teacher, or he's into a job profile, but it's you, absolutely yourself. Okay. So one written sentence like, appreciate where you are in your journey, even if it's not where you want to be. Every reason serves a purpose. So every point of your life, like from the day born to the parents you're born to the height which you want to achieve, you are every point a born leader. So thank you, state of affairs, for every point of life, every day of life for that matter. And that means that it's a positive thinking. No reason or nothing, like anything from outside or inside you, should deter you from being a born leader. It has to be a toughening of mind where you think that, yes, I can do something. Definitely I'll achieve something. So that concept has to be readily in your head all the time. So nothing to negate that, but always to build it. It's a management concept, or it's a simple sentence: run that extra mile. Effort has to be done very effortlessly. See, whenever you are taking up a job, or you are just taking up learning, the step is that your extra mile, extra effort is needed. All the time advices, all the time talking up to you doesn't make up your mind, or it doesn't help you to do a particular thing. But definitely, whenever you are into your learning chapter, or whenever you are onto your job profile, the extra effort is expected out of you. So there, the thing is that you have to accept that part of it. Now, what they are saying is that what is the extra mile of it? People do not want to do that extra effort at all. See, I have been taught this. This is to be done this way. No, that's not the thing. But definitely there is an extra effort. It is always best that you take that extra effort. Now, these extra efforts could be anything. Like, of course, simple BA has been done. Simply, you have done a science graduate. You have taken a technical part of it. You've become a doctor, an engineer. But the thing is, you might find that pursuing a hobby is superfluous. You might think being creative in your job profile is superfluous, or just running a mile, just going for a marathon, or taking up any activity of sports is very bad. So these times, definitely when you are just sitting back, it's not just the rest part of it, but it's taking effortlessly, where you are doing your extra effort to give mileage to whatever you have graduated to. So that thinking has to be into you. So it could be music also. Any art lover could just perfect that art also. You could be with people. And that extra mile could be effortlessly extended to the outside world also. You can definitely achieve that aspect. So when I'm trying to put these words here, I'm always trying to make an effort that something of your kind is just being neglected. You are not putting up the best image, or you are trying to negate whatever efforts are required. So that has to be put up. And this is one of the best aspects which everybody has to try, and it just goes on throughout the period of life, like from the beginning to whenever you are at the best of yourself. So that aspect remains all the time. See, it's the aspect of knowing yourself. Now, what is know yourself? It's what is you, what is your kind, what is the image you are looking for, or what is the image you are putting out to. So that has to be done. It could be written for yourself. So this is an aspect of doing a SWOT for yourself, that is strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and the threat aspect of it. It is just knowing yourself by heart, because sometimes what happens is people just get on, and the flow is like what others have told you. It is your parenting, the family, the alma mater, the company, or even the entrepreneur also. Maybe the image is not just by yourself, but it is what others have made you. But what happens is, in the meantime, when such aspects come, when the thing is unanticipated, you are knowing yourself, and then the things just lie behind, or you are not able to take on the new challenge. So there, knowing yourself is the best aspect which pays. So there, that aspect has to be developed. And when I'm saying that there is a chart where you are putting up your strengths, when you are putting up your opportunities, they need to match very well. Whereas the strengths are which help you to upgrade your success ladder, the opportunities which help you to take up the challenge. But yes, definitely the weaknesses part of it, the threat part of it, they need to be just thrown out into the garbage box, because or you have to, this time just could be taken up where weaknesses and threats could be built up. People will say that this is a very difficult part, I just cannot do it. But these things are that the confidence is your part of development, is to be done by yourself, for yourself, because it is always said that you are the best help. You can prepare yourself. People will just keep on saying uh, anything that comes up to them. They will teach you, they'll talk it out to you, but you are the person who will have to make that effort to make up. And it's not just the physical self, but it's also the working self. It's also the spiritual self of you, which actually becomes a visionary, which actually becomes a person who is doing the thing. So there, this thing has to be there. Know yourself has to be the best part of it. You need to be very like the development has to be full, it needs to be complete. And there has to be an ownership to your respect part of it. See, the body respect has to be there complete. When you talk about in such times, the health and hygiene has to be looked into. And this health and hygiene gets more and more prepped up with your confidences. So when the confidences build up, then the respect count also increases. So whenever you say that what are the feeds for building up the confidences or to gain more respect in the family, with the society, in the alma mater, naturally it is your IQ part of it, the intelligence quotient, and also the emotional quotient part of it. So these need to be matching. Most of the time it doesn't happen, but of course IQ and EQ should come together so as to have a confidence person which moving around with the people, with the world properly. Like there are not very high chances of losing on your count, of getting into a negative state or becoming a pessimist, like nothing would happen to me, or how will I now again make up in this world, or how to face this particular challenge. So these things, they need to get better and better. And of course, part of the success ladder is you fail twice, you fail thrice, but definitely it will build on for a perfection. It will definitely build up for a stage where there is nothing to like fall back. You are the person, you are the ultimate, like. So the part of the know yourself is the part where you are actually building up yourself, because you have done a proper look of yourself. Like, you know, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and they are being developed properly. And you are your best judge. Definitely, that will take away the cake. Now, let's see. The person is always in a turmoil. Like, the success are not so easy. So there are things when you gain, there are things when you lose, or there are times when you gain, there are times when you lose, or there are sometimes profits, there are sometimes losses. Then in assets, then there are liabilities. Again, the same thing, strength and the weaknesses are there, or the opportunities or the threats, they are there. So what is the balance? Now, this perfection is never possible. Anybody, like the top boss is not able to do it. Your parents, like you said, they are the best people around. Like, they have a perfect finish, there's nothing beyond them. Or anybody who's been successful in their life. So work life balance, how to achieve it? There is also a trade balance. You have to say that trade balance, how it's just figures. Definitely it could be made up to, but work life balance, when there are person involved, there's the individual cost, your physical being with the emotions, and these emotions are not just yours, but somebody else is contributing to it. Like anybody for that matter, you know, things are just not happening my style, or otherwise there are things which are bringing me down, or there's some things which are unanticipated, or things which, like, I have to still come to a stage where I am the person, I am the owner, or I am the boss, so I am the listening part of it. So how much shall I take, or how much should I take? So these particulars definitely have the losses part of it, or definitely they have the liabilities aspect of it, or they might make up, like build up on the weaknesses, or they are definitely the threads. So now, your life has to have a balance. You have to balance your action. So action has to be balanced by every reaction. It shouldn't be that something just falls on me, which I will not be able to take. So there you have to put up your right foot. So work life balance has to be achieved. And let's see, just check out on this small picture where they have put up the life trait. Now, they're simple words, you know, and people say how to, like, accomplish yourself in a daily life. Things are not just figures. Things are not just equations where, yes, asset plus liabilities or asset minus liabilities. How do I do it? So these are words. Trade your fears for courage. Trade your regrets for lessons I learned. So so and so of miseries for happiness. So these things they do not have any what numbers. They cannot be calculated. It's something like, it's your personal being, it's your personal life, and how do you weigh it out to others, in front of others? And this is not like just the social life, or just as a very good friend of yours, uh, or otherwise your family, or the any extravaganza for that purpose. These things cannot be like, they cannot be weighed, but definitely they could be managed, so that you have a work life balance. So you say that, yes, today I'm feeling very happy, today I feel very well managed, nothing did go wrong. And this thing happens particularly when you are in a school going age, or when you are looking forward to meeting your parents, when you are talking it out to them on the dining table. These things happen, you know, or to your big brother or your big sister. So that type of image, you know, it forms. He's very ruly, he's very bossy. It's not something very specific. Parents, father, when he comes home, I feel very like annoyed, he doesn't let me talk. Or mother, she's always trying to just pounce on me. So these things, particularly love life is of course there, but definitely some things are amiss. So there are these words, yes, how to develop that courage part of it, how to develop that lessons learned. Yes, I have learned something from the school, I've learned from my parents, I've learned something from the society, from my friends. How do I surrender, or how do I trust people? How do I see that, yes, I'm overjoyed, or I'm just in a joyful mood? And what's the compassion about it? And happiness, yes, best of it is the happiness. These are not being traded like all the time. It shouldn't happen that I have given more of my to you and have lost on the life part of it, or it's like the trust I have lost, or the love part of it I have lost, or surrender, it's too much of surrender, or otherwise you say that yes, joy part of it, something has been talked over and the joy part of it is just lost. So these things keep making the round, they get circulated again and again. It's the winning part of it. If the win is not there, the lose part naturally it would definitely take its count. And if they are gaining again and again, so these things you have to maintain. There are apologies, you say sorry all the time, but definitely there's a lot of efforts for please or may I, or their requests. So work life balance has to be maintained. You have to weigh it out properly. You have to see that profits, at least there is a equalizer, that it doesn't happen that there's too much of losses mounting, or too much of liabilities, too much of losses again, or like lose part of it, weaknesses or the threats part of it. So whenever you are saying that the work life balance, or you have actually being benefited in the life, you have to be in a very good quadrant of profits, assets, gain, strength, and the opportunity. So these things are better aspects of life, and these things are not very difficult. People will always say yes, kind of how to manage my life with this, it's very difficult. See, I take life as it comes. And there's a very common phrase as to I manage to sail. It's a particular phrase. They'll take the challenges as they come to me. So these things they are the particulars of it. You have to be a very good manager of yourself. When you're saying that you're a free person, you have been taught to live freely, you are a free entrepreneur, you are kind of do anything that comes your way. Nobody is pressurizing you. No manhandling is there. But definitely there has to be a consistency that the profits are on the mount. They're the assets which are gaining. You have got lots of gains to talk about. There are strengths. Uh, Besides the body built up, the healthy part of it, you've got the strength of just living your work whole. And there is a lot of opportunity. That part is, of course, the opportunity is not something like it's something which you can handle. It comes from you, from the outside world, but definitely there is a lot of from you to communicate to it. So there, then these things are that yes, they make a good life trade. It balances your act. The particulars are yes, I managed my life very easily and effortlessly. So you have to build up one by one. And whenever I say that from a small child to a big child, as to an adult age, definitely these things will happen to you consistently, where you will be gaining more on the positive side of it. So everybody tends to like the positive side of it, and yes, shun out the negativities. So be very helpful towards your positive aspect. Let's leave the negatives aside. Now, these things happen to me. As I said that, yes, the self-respect part of it has to be there. The confidences has to be, yes, up. The positive confidences. So here I said that, yes, know yourself has to be there. Okay. It shouldn't happen that, oh, I'm all a negative person. What is this? I'm doing everything wrong. This happens, many people. I will not trouble you on this side, and I'm also not a very best of the best psychologist, but definitely when I tend to look into myself, I'm a very keen writer. I always check it out that whether I'm writing the right things, like the positive aspect of the life. It shouldn't happen that yes, everything negative is coming to me. Always I try to better out that the negation part is left out, and I'm thinking more and more positively. I try to do like creative art is there. Creative art also flushes out lots of negative parts of you, and you come to the positive aspect of it when you are having music as a hobby, or you are actually an artist, like you can play some of the instruments. So there the tendencies, whether you take up the sad songs or you take up the happy songs, you sing up happy songs or you take up the sad songs, these all aspects, they definitely tell you that what is your side. People always see the positive side naturally has to be better. Whenever it's 100%, so say that 99% positive 1% is also not there. It shouldn't be there. But of course, some negative thinking has to be there. It keeps your fears at bay, and you end up doing all the good things, because those negative thinkings prevent you from taking too much of challenges, and there you are better off at the 99%. You're like, okay. So this part of it is just again and again tackling yourself for, am I okay? Whether I'm thinking all the right things, are they congruent with whatever is happening around me, or whether it is actually a practice of the family, it's a practice of the society. So these things have to be again and again talked over to yourself. You do a writing part of it, you talk it over to good friends, you talk it over to your seniors, you talk it over to your alma mater. But definitely this aspect of the know yourself has to be done again and again to yourself. You do a planning for yourself, and this aspect has to be taken at the end of the day, whenever you are just lying on the bed. At least give 5 minutes to yourself and just tackle your head for, am I okay? Whether I've done all the things right, the particulars have gone just my way. So they have to do positive rounds all the time. So kindly just check it out on every day. So your day would be bright and shine. So these things have to be tackled. Am I okay? Again and again. Now, extension of the same thing. Am I okay? When I say that you are bright, you're shining high, So there are things of being smiley, The face looks full bloom face. And you're shining. Yes, definitely it's towards the achievement, your high positions. So they're just two things that people who are successful, they follow. I feel that they are silence. That is silence. And another thing is smile. Now, what do I mean by it? Silence is, it's a simple sentence. Silence is golden. It has been given the first place, silence, So everybody, even I got confused when I was just checking on some of the good words and the terminologies, that yes, silence will definitely give you good success. See, what happens when I am not interfering in a fight, or I'm not interfering in a discussion, I keep a backseat. It helps me to gain on particular things, like what went wrong there, and definitely to give good suggestions. So that helps you to pick up on good notes. And it definitely, if you're silent at the moment, definitely you will save yourself lots of backbiting and brickbatting also. So silence is just cheap and it's golden, okay? And whenever I say smile costs nothing, it gives you thunderous applause. Whenever you're moving around, it's just tender muscles. If you keep your face smiling all the time, it's good, because definitely it will give you lots of smiles back. Okay. And there is one tendency that this looks a smile on your face. It helps to connect you better. And definitely they will say that you're approachable. Many of the good, what I'll say nowadays, it's true. The connect activities are lost. You're unapproachable. Okay. So how to get it more towards approachable possibilities? So that's the smile. You're talkative. And most of it is that, yes, the smile part of it just does my day. And it helps you to talk it over again to all types of people. And whenever you say that, yes, what is the first day to start, from where to start? It's the family, the best place. So it definitely doesn't cost you much. So kindly see to it that, yes, it's hardly expensive. Please definitely go ahead with a good smile with everybody. Okay, this was the best part of it, the wellness wheel, which I came across. Now, the 7 wisdoms of well-being. Whenever I'm saying that a person is well off, the wheel is actually the life wheel. It's called a life cycle, particularly. And when we said that actualization part of it has to be achieved, it's the spiritual part of it, it's the emotional part of it, it's the physical part of it, it's the social part of it, it's the environmental part of it. So what's the aspect of wellness wheel needs to be done? Why it's to be achieved? See, as individual, these 5 aspects are worth if they're inculcated well into your body, they will definitely give you a good profile. And let's start from the first step for the job. When you say that we prepare a CV, these aspects will definitely make their way and give you a consistency in the employment scenario or the job profile. So whenever, see, the first tendencies are your physical well-being. People try to neglect your health part of it. See, if you have got a good health, definitely you're able to think better, and your ways to live happily and be more happy with others, they increase. The possibilities definitely go better and better. The second aspect of it is the emotional part of it. See, as I said, in the life trade balance, your emotional part has to be more of the positive part of it. Shouldn't be thinking too much of pessimistic thoughts, or shouldn't be having too much of negative thoughts. So these aspects have to be negated. If you are having a good health aspect, definitely the emotional part of it would develop. There is a tendency of people to be introverts. They do not mix up with the society. So this aspect of the society definitely will get better and better if you have got a better physical and emotional touch. So these aspects go as a thumb rule with the society. Now the spiritual part is something people, to get you more and more motivated. The spiritual aspect, it pays. Okay, and there yoga is good, the meditation aspect is really true. So definitely it will give you a clear mind to think better. You become more extrovert, and yes, the life becomes more and more clearer. Why should a person in the at a child stage should think like spiritually? The thing is that he has an aspect where he can definitely develop, toughen his mind to the outer world, which is the environmental part of it. Environmental, you could say that it's the society part of it, or it's the job part of it, or just the natural aspect, like the greenery aspect of it, the ethereal part of it. So these aspects, they go together, and they need to be followed in person by yourself, uh, within yourself. They need to be developed. Now these will definitely give you a good momentum in the aspect of financial well-being. It will give you good momentum to the digital well-being. Definitely it will give you a good facing for all the things, like your uh, cultural aspect, like the movement in the society, your way to save, your way to digitalized world. So definitely this wellness wheel will help. Now the best part of it, when we have done the wellness wheel, there is a people management and people effectiveness. Now, when the people management comes, what is the aspect of the people management? You say that too many people around. These people could be anything. When you are in a corporate world, these heads are like the suppliers, the competitors, the officials around you, or anybody else for that matter. When you say that people management is there, people sometimes they do not have a good standing onto the people management. So what do? There has to be an aspect of effectiveness for that. You can just be good manager, but there are no effectiveness, like whether it is gaining the numbers, in the sense like today's world, when you are so much into the connect activity. So there, then what are we doing about it? The numbers, are they gaining? You are doing lots of card exchange, you're talking it over and again, but whether it is giving you the bounce, or whether it's giving you the money which is expected, or just gaining on the people factor. So that effectiveness has to be holding. So this definitely will increase with your way of mannerisms of uh, positive mindset, because this positive mindset will have a ownership on your the management aspect of it. So definitely see to it that you are not taxing that aspect of your body, or your thinking abilities, or the mind part of it. So definitely see to it that you are building upon it on in these taxing times. These are taxing times when you are being offered very lesser chance, or very few chances, but definitely your people management or effectiveness could be developed. You could develop on your mindset, you can develop on your personal skills, or as I told you, that you can just develop on your hobbies, or you could just inculcate some good technical aspects of it, or you could just put up another essentials to it, like another part of the opportunities, like what is happening in the outside world. So definitely there is lot of time to do those. So just not get negated uh, in this part of the life. Please do build up. Now, three keys to happiness, it's just lovely. The ACE trilogy. What are you trying to achieve for yourself? It's the autonomy part of it. It's the connectivity part of it, and it's executing your competences. See, all this time, when you are developing yourself, the physical aspect and the emotional aspect of it, of course, it's your intelligence aspect of it also, give some autonomy, freedom to your thoughts. And this freedom definitely will get you more bounce to the life. It will definitely help you to come back to your normal being, and definitely have to help you to achieve something extra. Now, when you are saying that connectivity to work and associates, please build up on the number of people which you are having, or just do something extra forward to get more people into your brigade, or execute your competences. Naturally, you have to give extra efforts and develop on your opportunities, or build up on your strengths to execute your competences. So these things need to be developed again and again, and it's part of your life, and definitely it will get you a good happiness. I have just gathered some pictures here now. They are very simple, very colorful pictures. Now, I would love others to help me out, like what these pictures project. And they could be simple answers, or they could be intricate details. It's nothing to test about, but definitely it will speak for yourself. So anybody could just put forward the like, what are these pictures about? What are they trying to say? Definitely, it's a sort of quiz for everybody for what we have learned so far. Anybody for that matter?
Focus your goal.
Focus your world, that's good.
Goal.
Focus your,
Goal. GOL. Goal.
yeah, focus your goal, that's good, pretty good. Anything else?
Mm.
These pictures are showing empathy, affection, and love, support.
Yes, affection and love is also good. Yes, support is also good. Very nice.
There are these two different logos which have been changed. The Pepsi logo and the Facebook logo have been changed to keep in trend with the changing pandemic times. It shows
Yes,
wearing mask and getting vaccinated. So it should be
yes,
adaptable to
vaccination,
the.
yes,
We should be
adaptable
adaptable
to
to
the
the
world.
times.
Yes,
Yeah.
which is, yeah, right now currently with us. So the Pepsi logo and the Facebook mask, it's concurrent with what is our current scenario. So they have adapted to whatever is happening right now. So very true, Surbi. And the other two things, they were also very good, very nice, very nicely told. So I feel happy that I have exchanged a good talk, and you have given really good answers. So lovely. We'll go a bit ahead. This is something which I'll throw at you. It can actually mean anything for that matter. Not feeling very bright today, smile and remember. There are grown adults who actually believe that two penguins walked all the way from Antarctica to the Middle East to get aboard an ark built by a 500-year-old man. This has been doing, like, it was on my Facebook, so I just picked it up. It's not a quiz, but it's something to think. Anybody could just put up a good answer, like, let's see whether we are thinking similar. What does it mean? Like what we did today, the psychology of positive thinking or a positive mindset. You could pick up anything from what headlines we talked about and just fix it up on this, any one of them on this. Is it possible? Anybody? See, how I understood it, the particulars, like, yes, it's making efforts for getting your work. So these people, they have traveled. It's a very literal answer. It could be also run that extra mile, or it could be just, yes, for whatever situation you are in a bright mannerisms, and you are smiling, like you are not just again the same thing, like you are in a positive mindset. So that is what this picture says. Definitely you could build up on this. So, and of course, see from where to where they've got to get their job profile. So the opportunities part of it, or the how they are building up on the threats. So it could be anybody's game. It's not just the changing scenario or what it is today, but it definitely could happen you in a all the time, like you are in a manageable situation. So this could happen to them also. So this is what I think, like this is what it is. Definitely you could build up on it. Okay, now let's I'll say thank you. I have finished for the day.